Hi, Kim. Leonard Parker here. Just put together this video. I'll go through your website and then some other things I'm seeing online and really, go into detail how I can help you with your SEO and digital marketing. So first, I'll start off with your website. I must say I really do like the logo and the kind of the color contrast with the blue and the black. So there are a few things that I see here. So the first is you don't have much content. In 2017, if you're going to rank well and do well with SEO, you got to have good content on your website. And for the most part, I see that you have mainly pictures, which is great for the nature of your business, but you also need to support that with content. Now, I follow a strategy called topical relevance, which I will go into detail a bit later. But just know that as we start your SEO campaign, that's going to be one of my big areas of focus, adding more content to your website. So this includes a blog and it also includes some static pages on the site. As far as your homepage as it is, very good. I like the slider. One thing that I would change, and this would definitely help with conversion optimization, or in other words, getting more people to contact you from the home page, replace this section here with a form. And it can be really similar to what you have on your Contact Us page. Uh, yeah, so really the same fields, but make sure it fits within what's over here in this right hand area, and you'll see once it loads. Okay, so that's one thing. The second thing, I saw that you had a testimonials page or referrals page, so I would push all of these pictures down and then add a few of those testimonials, and then I would add some content about Vintage Art and Sign, like the company. So some of the things you include on your About Us page, I would actually move those to the home page. Right now, the content overall is very thin, but I recommend at least 300 to 350 words on your home page. It's just a good practice that many studies have been shown done out there, and good content always gets you better rankings. I do like that you have these what I like to call trust badges. So these are pretty big brands, so that's great. I would even consider moving those further up as well. Social media icons are good. For your phone number, I highly recommend that you move this somewhere here in the top right corner. And also your social media icons. So let's say someone doesn't have much time to browse through your website. They just need to make a quick call. Your phone number is right there at the top, so it's very hard for them to miss it. And studies have shown that when people land on a page, they usually read them in an F-shaped pattern. So if someone were to land, they'll probably start right here with your logo, read across, come down a little further, read across, and then so forth. So definitely a good practice to put that number, right here in this area. And a few other things I saw with your website. I ran a mobile friendliness test on it, and it came back that your website is not mobile friendly. And as we start your SEO campaign, this will be another big area of focus. Um, and the fact that your website is not mobile friendly hurts you in two areas. First, more and more people are using mobile devices to surf the web, even for business purposes. So the fact that your website isn't mobile friendly, you're really deterring that mobile search traffic. You're making them go to other sites pretty much. 'Cause, they have to kind of do a lot of different things on your mobile site. If the text isn't very readable, that just takes away from the user experience, and that makes them move on to other websites and to your competitors. It also hurts with your rankings. Mobile friendliness is a Google ranking factor, and the same for Bing and Yahoo. So if your website isn't mobile friendly, then it definitely is a deterrent for improving your rankings. So, as my process, how it works, I usually start with on-page SEO and then I add content. But, if we're doing all of that and your website is not mobile friendly, then it's kind of we're building a foundation in quicksand. So we have to make sure the foundation is right before we start doing some of those other SEO tasks. And that's one thing for your website. The other thing, I ran a page speed test, and you can see here your mobile test is 41 out of 100. Your desktop speed is 53 out of 100. And there's, good best practice for your website. It should be between 80 and 85, at the minimum. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of room there for improvement. So that definitely, along with the content, the mobile friendliness, I would definitely make page speed, improving that page speed, an area of priority for me, as I get started on your campaign. So that's that. That's your website, and that would be how I would go about or start going about optimizing it. So once all of those things are fixed and improved, then we can really start getting into the SEO. So SEO, there are a lot of articles that complicate it, but it can really be broken down into two areas. One, on-page SEO, so making sure things like your title tag, which is what's highlighted here. So the only thing I would change here is maybe I would do vintage art and maybe do um, Florida or Niceville boat lettering, and then have a pipe, and then do the name of your company. And you always want to have your keyword that you're trying to rank for at the beginning of the title tag, because when Google reviews your website, what's at the front is the most important. So that's just a tidbit there for you for your SEO. And then for on-page SEO, going through your content, making sure that it's optimized for different keywords, and also making sure that different things like your images, you have what's called alt tags, that they are optimized for your keywords. Making sure that you have schema implementation. So pretty much schema in a nutshell, it's a way to structure the data on your website so that's more easily readable by Google. And then this is just another kind of thing that Google looks at when ranking websites. So that's the first part, on-page SEO, and that usually takes a few weeks, but I think with your website would take a matter of a few days. From there, so that's stage two. Stage three, and then there will actually be some overlap with stage two. Stage three, I will really focus on your off-page SEO and primarily your link building. So I did some searches for Niceville, Florida boat lettering, Dustin, Florida boat lettering, Fort Walton Beach, Florida boat lettering, and so on for all those cities that you gave me. And I saw that you're ranking number 2 for boat lettering Niceville, Florida, and then you're ranking number 5 for boat lettering Dustin, Florida. So I took some of those websites that are outranking you, and one big thing you always want to look at is your referring domains. So as you can see here, boat lettering, they're blowing the rest of you guys out the water. They have 117 referring domains. You're number 2, you have 13, but you can see Sign Chicks, they have 6, Flamingo Graphics, they have 3. Now you might be wondering, since you have more than those last two, why are they outranking you? And pretty much, backlinks, it comes down to two things. You got to have the quality and you have the quantity. So let's say, for example, you have 5 backlinks from local newspapers about your boat lettering services, whereas Sign Chick Signs, they have 1 backlink from a source, but it's from the New York Times. So obviously, the New York Times is a bigger brand, and so they're going to be weighted more heavily than your local backlinks. So that's just a simple explanation of why, even though they have less number of backlinks, referring domains, that they're still outranking you. Um, there are a lot of other variables involved. So one other thing I'm seeing here, your domain rating, which um, it's pretty much the authority of your domain and how authoritative it is in Google's eyes. It's much lower than your competitors. So, and this is actually one of the metrics I look at when building out an SEO campaign. I want that domain authority to increase over time. And the way you get it to increase is by adding more content to your website and then increasing the number of referring domains that are linking back to your website. So that's pretty much link building in a nutshell. So just to kind of recap before I move forward, I have stage one where I'm really going to focus on fixing some of those technical issues, kind of rearranging some things on your website to make it more friendly for conversions. Stage two, I'm going to focus on the on-page SEO, which, like I said, takes a matter of a few days. Should only take a matter of a few days. And then stage three, really focused on link building. And like I said, there will be some overlap with stage two, but link building really is the way to go to build this domain authority number here. Now, so and link building is ongoing. You're never finished with link building. Even, we work together for a year and you decide you want to go with another SEO company, they're still going to have to do link building. So that's pretty much if you want to use SEO as a marketing tactic, you're going to have to be building links in some shape or fashion. Okay, so now that I've gone through those first three stages, the fourth stage, I'm going to introduce to you my crew little diagram here. See if I can find it. Here it goes. And this really has to do with your content. So like I said before, if you want to rank in 2017, you have to have great content on your website. There's no negotiation about that. And the way, there's definitely a certain way you want to do it. So you're going to have your blog, which stands apart from this, but I use a technique called topical relevance to add content to your website, but to make sure that it's relevant and it helps you rank as efficiently as possible. So for this example, let's say, so when we talk, you say you have two main services, boat lettering and electrical sign contracting. So for this example, I'm going to use boat lettering. So the way I suggest we build this out is that you have a boat lettering page for each of the cities you want to target. So you would have a boat lettering in Niceville, boat lettering in Dustin, boat lettering in Fort Walton Beach, boat lettering in Miramar, boat lettering in Freeport. And so you'll have those 5 pages, and then for each of those 5 pages under it, you'll have different what I call supporting articles. So in these supporting articles, they can be directly related to boat lettering, or you can also take a step back and, if someone has a boat, include content that they would be interested in. So as you can see here, just some examples: protecting your vinyl surface during the Niceville summer, the 7 best places to go out on your boat near Niceville, fishing spots near Niceville, 11 great enhancements for your boat. And then the important part about this is that you want to make sure that we're linking back to this main Niceville boat lettering page, and that we're using what's called anchor text to optimize for your keywords that you want to rank for. And then we will have something similar for the Dustin page and the others. And then this is just for boat lettering. You will have a separate diagram for electrical sign contractor. So if you do the math there, you have 5 city pages, and then you have 4 supporting articles under each city page. So that's 25 for boat lettering, and that's 25 for electrical sign contractor, which is a total of 50 content pages that I'm proposing for you. So obviously, it wouldn't be effective to do all of these in 1 month. So what I typically do is, I would add 10 content articles per month over the course of 5 months. And then at the end of those 5 months, you'll have pretty much all the content, the base content you need for your website. And then from there, you can double down on your blog, or if you want to spend some of your marketing budgets elsewhere, we can do that. But that's stage number 4, and that really would start from day one. Start building out this content since it is related to your website. So I'll switch the camera back on me. Let's see here. And so that really would be my strategy for your digital marketing campaign. I know we discussed social media a bit, but from what I've seen, um, you really would get the biggest benefit from really dialing up your SEO. And the thing about social media, especially once we get that content rolled out, is that a big part of good content marketing is promoting it. So we would be promoting that content on your social media pages and getting those profiles set up and completed. That's part of our SEO campaign anyway. So I would double down on SEO. And I think really you would start to see the benefit. And I'm going to, just be completely transparent with you. SEO is a long-term strategy. I think a lot of people get themselves in trouble thinking that they're going to see the immediate benefit within a few weeks. While there might be some early, easy wins, you really won't see the full breadth, the full benefit, maybe 6 months to a year from now. And that's just something you have to understand with SEO. It's a long-term strategy with long-term benefit. So let's say we get you ranking in the top 3 for each of the cities that you want to target. And unless there's a major Google change, you're going to be in the top 3 for the foreseeable future. So all that organic traffic that your competitors are getting, it'll be going to your website. So you definitely have to be patient with the strategy, but I've seen it work well for many different businesses, and I'm confident from what I've seen with your competitors and just the cities that you're targeting. You're not targeting any major, huge, major metro areas. You don't have that much competition. So, and I really suggest that you go with SEO, double down on SEO, and then let whatever we're doing with content, let that trickle down to your social media. Now, the point you're probably wondering, the timeline. So, stage 1, so that's the website changes, the on-page SEO. Really, all 4 stages I will be starting in some fashion during month 1. But as time goes on, that effort will be on link building and content marketing. Um, so I hope this video has been helpful for you. Like I said, let's have another call to follow up on this. I can answer any questions you have, and then we can talk in detail about the budget. I know your some of the other vendors you were looking at quoted you at around $1,500 to $2,000, which I don't think is out of the question. But I think if we decide that you want to double down on your SEO, then we can definitely reduce some of those costs. But obviously, I want to discuss that with you before throwing out any quotes. Thank you for watching the video. Again, I hope it's been helpful, and I look forward to talking to you later this week.